Tantor Audio presents the Beauty Detox Foods. Discover the top 50 beauty foods that will transform your body and reveal a more beautiful you. By Kimberly Snyder, CN. Narrated by Kimberly Snyder, CN. Publisher's note: this audiobook is packaged with bonus material, which has been included on the first audio and MP3 CD. If you downloaded this audiobook in a digital format, please visit Tantor.com and type Beauty Detox Foods into the search box. Follow the link to the books page, then click on PDF Extra 1. When prompted, enter the access code ORGANIC to access the bonus material. Realize that enough hidden strength lies within you to overcome all obstacles and temptations. Bring forth that indomitable power and energy. Paramahansa Yogananda. Introduction. Whether you read my first book, The Beauty Detox Solution, are a member of my online community at KimberlySnyder.net, or are joining me for the first time, welcome to the journey towards realizing your birthright, ultimate health and beauty. Like most people, I've been through the gamut of beauty issues: flabbiness and excess weight that started in my junior year of college, hair that felt like steel wool, and major acne. Now, all are long gone. What happened? First, I tried everything from fat-free to low-carb diets, and I tried recording every calorie in a food journal. I used every hair product you can imagine. I tried prescription acne creams and even briefly went on antibiotics. Nothing worked for more than a short while. Then I got a chance to do something pretty extreme: global backpacking. My journey was not of a sheltered, live in a villa for a few months variety. It was dusty, dirty, and now that I look back at it, somewhat dangerous. I spent the majority of time traveling through Asia and Africa, but also South America, Australia, and Eastern and Western Europe. For 3 years, I had adventures across over 50 countries that could fill a book, but I also got to observe firsthand how health and beauty are seen in the rest of the world. Contracting viruses and getting seriously ill on 2 separate occasions in Nepal and India, I ended up under the care of doctors in both countries, and both experiences made me seriously consider different approaches to healthcare than what we have in the United States. These doctors asked me something no Western doctor had ever brought up. To be blunt, in both cases, their first question was about my poop. At first, I was confused, then slightly embarrassed, then confused again as to why they were talking about toxins rather than just jamming pills at me like the doctors back home. They gave me a suppository and advised me that I would not heal until toxins were forced to exit my body. In India, a common saying is that constipation is the mother of all disease. Indians stress the importance of correcting the root cause, while in the United States, we focus on a pill-popping strategy after troubles arise, and then spend more money on digestive aids, antacids, laxatives, and the like than on any other over-the-counter medication. Later, I heard the same idea about digestion and constipation, although worded slightly differently, in the Philippines. I also marveled at the vibrant hair and skin of the women living in countries like Indonesia, Thailand, and Malaysia. At the same time, living in those countries for stretches of time forced me to eat many of the native foods they were eating, including papaya and coconut. Gradually, my skin started improving. I also learned about native, probiotic-rich foods firsthand, since it would have been unthinkably rude to refuse the airug, fermented mare's milk, that was proudly offered to me by 3 generations of a family whose ger, or tented home, I camped on the floor of in Mongolia. Don't worry, we have much tastier options for eating cultured, fermented food, but I saw the benefits. In Japan, I marveled at the commonality of porcelain smooth skin. I used to spend hours wandering around the alleys of traditional markets, looking at all the different types of sea vegetables that are a mainstay of the Japanese diet. In the end, Having immersed myself in native foods and practices, my hair became shiny and thick, my skin became radiant, and in all the years since then, I've never once had to go back to dieting. Not once. I was so fascinated with what I learned on my travels that, after coming back home, I became a clinical nutritionist, combining the best health and beauty secrets from around the world with subsequent years of study. My message of becoming attuned to nature to be our most beautiful and healthy selves started to catch on, and I began to work with some of the biggest celebrities in the entertainment world, getting them ready for red carpet events and upcoming roles for major Hollywood films, as well as concert tours. I create their nutritional plans and often prepare their food on a regular basis, including before and during the production of films. This inspires me to keep developing foods and recipes to suit my clients' tastes, while always adhering to my nutritional philosophy. I wrote the Beauty Detox Solution in 2011 and was inspired to write this second book, The Beauty Detox Foods, to focus on the beauty foods found everywhere in nature and to offer more recipes. I also offer a summary of the concepts in the Beauty Detox Solution and discuss additional important topics. You'll be happy to find that most of the foods in this book are at your local farmer's market or neighborhood grocery store. Beauty is right at your doorstep. Looking and feeling beautiful and maintaining a healthy weight are actually simple. Our best beauty weapons are born in nature and are in abundance all around. You only have to eat the right beauty foods in the right way and cleanse on an ongoing basis to look and feel your absolute best. You are going to be eating an abundance and an array of plant foods, which contain a plentiful supply of complex phytonutrients, including vitamins, minerals, fiber, and enzymes that nature creates in perfect ratios. It will feel right to you as you continue along the path because, deep down, Beauty Detox principles and foods resonate with your intuitive connection with nature. As you go back to your natural way of eating, you'll become more naturally beautiful. When your cells and blood are clean and detoxified, your body will be able to function optimally and you'll assimilate the full spectrum of minerals in your food. As a result, your skin will become smoother and radiant from within, your eyes will lose their dark circles and puffiness, and your hair will grow in lustrous and thicker. Following this Beauty Detox program will also free you from the dreaded, never-ending battle with dieting. How much of your life have you spent searching for ever new ways to diet and lose weight? From cleanses consisting of powdered supplements to dabbling in an Atkins-esque carb restriction or a microwaved processed foods plan, chances are you've tried a lot. The problem, which we've all discovered, is that each of these new ways to lose weight leaves you feeling deprived and unsatisfied. A major reason that diet foods never work for the long run is that they cut you off from your connection to nature. Diet foods are highly refined, formulaic creations made with ingredients from the lab. With the Beauty Detox program, you'll be eating real food that your grandparents would have recognized. As you start to increase the abundance of these magical, sometimes deceptively humble and common beauty foods, you'll start to decrease your intake of foods that don't serve you anymore. You'll also become naturally addicted to feeling energized, and you'll experience more glowing skin and a shrinking belly. These dramatic results will motivate you to stick with this new way of eating. In Part 1, you will review the essential principles that make up the core of the program. Please don't skip this section. Be sure to listen to it, even if you have read the Beauty Detox Solution. Understanding the concepts in Part 1 is critical to making this program work for you, especially because the information on this program is different from any other diet or detox book you may read. It is the sum of knowledge I've learned from many different teachers, health institutions and trainings, as well as my around-the-world journey. The concepts presented here are based on sound, thorough research and the work of many doctors, scientists, and research institutions. I have cited numerous studies and specific research throughout for your reference so that you can see how the science supports the program. Some of the principles have not yet trickled into the mainstream health and nutrition practices, but please keep an open mind as you listen And remember that many tenets of health that are widely accepted now, such as that smoking cigarettes increases your odds of getting lung cancer, were not always mainstream ideas. Then, in part 2, I discuss the top 50 beauty detox foods organized by common beauty concerns. Part 3 offers exciting recipes available in your PDF companion that will increase your beauty energy, are easily digestible, and incorporate the top beauty foods to make becoming beautiful fun, delicious, and an easy part of your lifestyle. There is an exhilarating and liberating new path ahead to abundant health and beauty, beckoning you to follow it. In health, true beauty, and love, Kimberly. Part 1. Beauty Detox 101. The connection between food and beauty is incredibly powerful. Just by changing the foods you eat, you can radically change the way you look and feel. In the following chapters, you'll get a basic grounding in how to clear out from your body all the junk and toxicity, the clogging sludge that keeps you from looking and feeling your best, and begin to eat truly beautifying foods in a strategic way that will add sheen to your hair, put a sparkle in your eyes, and firm up and tighten your skin. 1. 3 beauty detox principles. One of the most important assets you have in your quest for beauty is energy. Energy is a key factor in your ability to shed weight easily and permanently, achieve great health, and look your most beautiful. Energy regenerates your liver and other tissue cells, flushes toxic waste from the body, helps maintain your ideal weight, keeps your skin's collagen smooth and your hair healthy, and keeps blood from stagnating into dark under-eye circles. The more energy you have, the better you feel, and the more beautiful you become. What eats up energy? The quick answer: digestion. Yes, digestion. Did you know that the full process of digestion takes more energy than any other internal function of the human body? Some experts estimate that digestion takes as much as half or more of your total energy. Digestion is the key that can elevate your beauty to the highest levels, or adversely, take you down by sucking up precious energy that could be used for other processes. Beauty detox foods are designed to free up energy from digestion, which is the single most important way to redirect large amounts of energy to make weight loss easy and help you look your most beautiful. Your body's systems are always trying to maintain perfect balance, which leads to superior health and beauty. But this is possible only after you've cleansed yourself of toxic material that constantly accumulates. The more efficiently you digest food, in other words, the less energy your body has to spend on digesting, the more energy your body has to clean out the old toxic material and perform all those beautifying processes. The toxic sludge amasses at a much faster pace when you're not digesting your food efficiently. Detoxing yourself by getting rid of old waste is the key to allowing your digestion to function optimally. When you loosen the toxic sludge from your system, your energy will automatically increase because your body will be able to perform digestive and other functions efficiently and with much less effort. Thanks to that renewed energy, you will also lose weight and look years or even decades younger. Your skin will radiate and your hair will grow in with vibrant body and a healthy sheen. Most diets focus on the number of calories or grams of carbs and protein to consume, yet they make no effort to deduce how efficiently, or not, your system can break down or use any given food. These eating plans don't consider beauty energy and how it's used up in digesting foods that are difficult to break down. Calories and grams of carbs and proteins alone don't give a holistic picture of how healthy a food is within the human body, how nutrient-dense it is, or how much fiber it contains. Nor do they give any clue as to the amount of foreign chemicals, preservatives, and additives that may be in that given food. That is the very reason that dieting and losing weight have always seemed like such a miserable chore and struggle, a struggle that most of us feel we are losing, along with energy levels. And it's one of the reasons people age at such an accelerated rate. There's more to our achieving thriving health and beauty than adding up a bunch of numbers. Don't worry, because you are soon going to learn the easy way to lose weight and get your energy back again. The high content of mineral, enzyme, and fiber-rich beauty detox foods will help cleanse and unclog the waste from the intestines so that your body can start to absorb nutrients optimally. But building up toxic waste in the body can take many years, even decades, so detoxification on a deeper level is not something that happens instantly. It should be a gradual, controlled, and regulated process, and it needs to take place continuously to get the tangible results you are after. In fact, detoxification that happens too quickly can be very uncomfortable. You can feel or actually become ill. But you can start to see changes fairly quickly by making important shifts in the foods you eat. How your face reveals inner health. For over 5,000 years in Chinese medicine, practitioners have understood that uneven color and texture, patchiness, lines, breakouts, and other issues with your face can be indicative of deeper issues going on within your body and in your organs. Similar to acupuncture, face mapping is rooted in the belief that all parts of the body are intrinsically connected. It is a complex art, but here are some examples of commonly held ancient Chinese beliefs about what you might learn from examining your face. Breakouts around the chin or jaw area could signal a hormonal imbalance and congestion in the colon. Lines above the upper lip might indicate stagnation or blockages in the digestive tract, specifically related to the organs of the stomach and small intestines. This can be attributed to the accumulation of acidic waste and toxicity, which is not adequately leaving the body. Deep laugh lines and the nasolabial line relate to your lung and liver. These lines could be due to smoking or shallow chest breathing, indicating that not enough oxygen is getting into the lungs. Yoga definitely helps with this. Or a colon that is so backed up that your lung meridian is being impeded. The lungs and colon are considered yin-yang organs. These laugh lines may also mean you have an overloaded liver. A lined forehead might point to congestion and specifically a blocked, toxin-filled colon and gallbladder. Among the contributors to this may be consuming a lot of dairy, cooked oils, or processed foods. On the other hand, a person might have a good diet but is not cleansing properly or adequately to keep up with the toxicity the good diet is releasing. Dark under-eye circles or puffiness may indicate adrenal exhaustion. Too much caffeine, a lack of sleep, or too much stress may cause this. Crow's feet around the eyes may signal that your adrenals are being overtaxed and that your body is overly acidic and imbalanced. Patchy skin or lines high up around the cheekbone area may be associated with heart issues. These could be due to eating too much cholesterol, animal products, or cooked oil. The good news is that your cells regenerate. If you take positive steps now to improve your diet and cleanse your body, you can reverse damage and make major improvements in your overall health and beauty. Overfed, yet starving for beauty nutrients. One reason people tend to overeat and struggle so much with calorie counting and portion size while still being hungry is that their bodies aren't fully absorbing nutrients. Nutrients are absorbed through tiny hair-like villi along the walls of your intestines. You have over 7,000 feet of surface area in the small intestine. However, if the tiny villi get clogged, you won't feel nourished no matter how much you eat. The villi are easily clogged by the waste products of foods that your body can't metabolize and utilize efficiently, and that also promotes the production of excess mucus or yeast. Just a few examples of these clogging foods are processed foods that contain chemicals or additives, refined sugars, cow's milk and other dairy products, excessive animal protein, and white flour-based foods. Another way the villi can get clogged is from the excessive growth of yeast and fungus in your body. In his book, The pH Miracle, Robert Young, PhD, explains how yeast and fungus impede nutrient absorption. They can cover large sections of the membrane lining the inside of the small intestine, displacing probiotics and preventing your body from getting the good stuff out of what you eat. This can leave you starving for vitamins, minerals, and especially protein, regardless of what you actually put in your mouth. I estimate that more than half of adults in the United States are digesting and absorbing less than half of what they eat. When you aren't absorbing nutrients, your body tells you to keep eating, although you've just been fed. Thus begins the utterly deflating and guilt-inducing cycle you may be all too familiar with. Eating more, even when you know you've just eaten plenty of food, and yes, plenty of calories. I totally understand the frustration and have experienced it myself. Why am I still hungry when I just ate 2 full plates at the buffet? Raw food nutrition pioneer Dr. Norman Walker writes in depth about the effects of eating processed and devitalized foods. As he explains in Colon Health, if a person has eaten processed, fried, and overcooked foods, devitalized starches, sugar, and excessive amounts of salt, his colon cannot possibly be efficient, even if he should have a bowel movement 2 to 3 times a day. In other words, the prevalence of bowel movements, although very important, does not necessarily indicate how cleansed and toxin-free your body is. You can still have clogged intestinal villi, as well as impaction and waste matter pushed deep into your body, which keeps you from absorbing the nutrients you need. At its most basic level, Beauty Detox comes down to 3 simple guidelines. Eat more veggies and fewer animal products. Drink the glowing green smoothie or juice every day. Give up dairy. Eat more veggies and fewer animal products. The best thing you can do to improve your overall health and beauty is to fill your diet with whole, unrefined plant foods. As pointed out in Forks Over Knives, the plant-based way to health, natural plant-based foods provide all the essential nutrients needed for a well-balanced and healthy diet, as there are no nutrients found in animal-based foods that are not abundantly available in plant foods, with the exception of vitamin B12. And you can supplement vitamin B12 for insurance. In the past, B12 was obtained in adequate amounts from a plant-based diet because microorganisms in the soil manufacture B12. But today, foods are sanitized and scrubbed of soil exposure. Although you may choose to keep some meat in your diet for taste, social, familial, or any other reasons, there is no nutritional reason to do so. We discuss protein, that inevitable topic when the notion of a plant-based diet is discussed, in the following section. But rest assured that if your diet isn't deficient in calories, it is practically impossible for you to be deficient in protein. To keep your body running efficiently, greens are one of the most important food groups. Green vegetables are among the most nutrient-dense of all foods and are full of alkaline minerals, including calcium, chlorophyll, and amino acids. They make up your key beauty foods that regenerate and purify your cells. Besides greens, you want to eat substantial portions of a wide range of vegetables, which will supply you with key minerals, enzymes, and vitamins. Their fiber will help sweep waste from the body as well as fill you up. See your PDF companion for a list of the best beauty greens and vegetables. It's preferable to eat only fresh vegetables. However, frozen vegetables are the next best choice if you don't have access to fresh produce or the time to purchase it. Canned vegetables should be avoided altogether, as they may contain preservatives or chemicals such as bisphenol A, are high in sodium, and tend to have lower nutritional value than fresh or frozen vegetables. Why organic matters. A study conducted in 2002 by Rutgers University revealed an astonishing difference in mineral content between organic and conventional produce, especially in terms of the minerals iron, calcium, magnesium, manganese, and potassium. The Rutgers research found 87% more trace elements and minerals in organic produce versus produce that was commercially grown. Not only is organic food possibly more nutritious, since it tends to be grown in better quality soil, it also doesn't contain the noxious pesticides used in conventional farming. Pesticides are neurotoxins that destroy the central nervous system of various pests. Whenever you eat conventionally grown produce, you invariably eat trace pesticides as well. Exposure to these pesticides may contribute to a whole host of health problems, such as cancer, birth defects, damage to the central nervous system, and developmental problems. If you're on a budget and need to prioritize organic purchases, the Environmental Working Group's list of the Dirty Dozen is especially useful. The group analyzes data from the Department of Agriculture to determine which produce contains the most pesticide residue. EWG estimates that you can reduce your pesticide exposure by a whopping 80% if you switch to organic when buying these 12 foods: apples, spinach, potatoes, celery, nectarines, blueberries, strawberries, grapes, lettuce, peaches, sweet bell peppers, and kale and collard greens. Clean food equals clean bodies, which equal clean, natural beauty. It's as simple as that. If you can't buy all organic produce, don't let that deter you from eating vegetables and following the program. Look into the various fruit and vegetable cleansers in the produce section of health food stores, or you can soak your produce for 30 minutes to an hour in a mixture of filtered water and 3/4 of a cup of apple cider vinegar. This can at least help to reduce some of the pesticide content, though of course it won't help increase the mineral content of produce. Eat more raw than cooked vegetables. Eating vegetables raw is the key to obtaining the most beautifying vitamins, enzymes, and nutrition, so eat plenty of salads and raw veggies every day. Any type of heat will destroy some of their nutrients. But I know it's not reasonable to eat only salads all the time. It's okay to have some cooked vegetables, especially when you're transitioning and when eating dinner. When cooking vegetables, avoid charring or overboiling them because you want to preserve the nutrients as much as you can. Steaming or lightly cooking in a bit of vegetable broth, for example, will retain some of the vegetable's nutrients and ensure they are digested easily. Drink water between meals, not at meals. You've heard how important it is to stay hydrated and that you need pure, filtered water. However, when you start eating the Beauty Detox way, you will be getting water from lots of water-containing fruits and vegetables, so you may not need to adhere to the general recommendation of 8 full glasses of water a day. Individualize and drink the amount your body needs, which is also dictated by your activity level and the climate you live in. It's important to drink water when you wake up and throughout the morning so that you start your day hydrated. Just by ensuring you are hydrated will give you more energy. Drink significant quantities of water at least half an hour before your meals or an hour following meals. During meal times, drink as little as possible. Too much liquid with meals dilutes your digestive juices and can slow digestion considerably. What happens when digestion is delayed? It contributes to the dreaded sludge. Think of a stagnant pond, your food and lots of liquids mixed together in your stomach, versus a waterfall, the liquid on its own, which efficiently and continuously flows. The pond scenario isn't going to promote your beauty. Also get in the habit of squeezing some liver-supporting, vitamin C-filled lemon in your water for an added benefit. Limit animal protein. Over the past decade or so, a number of high-protein, low-carb diets have become increasingly popular. A study published in 2010 and funded by the Atkins Center for Complementary Medicine researched 51 obese people who were put on the low-carb Atkins diet. Over 6 months, 41 subjects maintained the diet and lost an average of 20 pounds. Sounds good, doesn't it? But consider that the participants in the study were consuming an average of only 1,450 calories per day, which is 35% less than the average American consumption of 2,250 calories a day. On any kind of diet, if you were to restrict your calories by at least 35%, you would lose weight, at least for the short term. In the same study, the researchers also stated that at some point during the 24 weeks, 68% reported constipation, 63% reported bad breath, 51% reported headaches, 10% reported hair loss, and one woman reported increased menstrual bleeding. Another frightening figure from the study is that dieters had a 53.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?